Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. The challenges that this current administration is facing seems not to end anytime soon. More are even coming up. We know the most trending issue or challenge in Nigeria right now, and it has to do with insecurity, but more are just popping up from different angles. Right now, the economy is overly unstable, and now, as I'm talking to you, the issue we have on ground is that the Niger Delta militants have awoken again, and they said, we don't care about the ceasefire agreement we have with the federal government, since they have decided to handle them with little or no conscience. They are about to strike again, and this time around, it's coming from coalition of 9 militant groups. My God, I'm just wondering what the future will look like. All right, but before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, I'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Let's look at the news in detail. A coalition of 9 militant groups in the Niger Delta has threatened to dump the ceasefire reach with the federal government and resume armed agitation over the alleged refusal of the government to stop paying 13% derivation to the governors of the region. The coalition, under the aegis of Reform Niger Delta Avengers (RNDA), accused governors of the region of allegedly diverting the money accruing from the 13% derivation to personal pockets without recourse to the infrastructural development of the oil-producing communities. The RNDA, in an electronic statement on Friday by its coordinator, self-styled Major General John Mark Ezonebi, urged President Muhammadu Buhari to pay the derivation directly to oil-producing communities, since the governors has allegedly failed the people of the region. The coalition lament, despite a series of complaints and petitions against the state governors concerning the underdevelopment of the Niger Delta, the federal government had not deemed it necessary to stop paying the derivation to them. The RNDA threatened the alleged decision by Buhari to side with the state governors by refusing to stop the derivation payment to them would not be tolerated any longer, and it may lead to a resumption of hostility in the region. The coalition said, and I quote, he said, "We frown at the payment of 13% derivation funds to state governors in the Niger Delta despite protests and suggestion that it be paid to the oil-producing communities in the region in order to improve the direct welfare and infrastructural need of the oil communities." They further stated that they have agreed after an emergency meeting in the creek of the Niger Delta that we will soon collapse the ceasefire agreement entered with the federal government since on the 21st of August 2016 if the payment of the 13% derivation fund to the governors continue, and that it will be bloody in the creeks if our demands are not met, because we will not fold our arms and continue to tolerate the deliberate perpetual injury occasioned by the governors of the oil-producing states to the people who are from the oil-producing communities in the creek. There is serious deliberate neglect by the governors of the region despite receiving such huge amount of money monthly, while the people in the communities are abandoned and left to suffer. The governors live flamboyantly without having any human feelings for their fellow kinsmen who suffer most hazard from the exploitation and exploration activities from the crude oil production from the communities. Our people are left with no single meaningful development and human empowerment despite the billions and trillions of naira being collected by these governors on behalf of the oil-producing communities. This is another huge challenge that is about to show its face against this current administration. One of the things that bothered the heart so much is the fact that despite all of these cries, government would just be quiet over it until it turned out to be something that can no more be controlled. You understand? And looking at the request from these people, it clearly shows that, unfortunately, there had been uneven distribution of that 13% derivative. We know the states that are in Niger Delta. These are the Niger Delta states: Akwa Ibom, Abia State, Bayelsa, Cross River State, River State, Edo, Imo, and Ondo. And before now, there had been different reports coming out about how their money have been expended, And these monies are not one naira. They are a huge amount of money. Expectation is that there should be visible impact of this 13% derivation fund in the Niger Delta. It should be so obvious. But unfortunately, there are a lot of issues that is currently facing them, which right now the host communities are really, really tired. They cannot continue with it. Before now, there had been several reports on the issue of lack of consultation with recipient communities, host communities, inadequate governance structure, corruption, low project quality had also been a major issue there. Lack of project maintenance, lack of transparency and accountability, which already we know it's very visible here in Nigeria. There is the discretional transfer sometimes to different people and all of that. I mean, these things have made, these guys to feel that they have been written off. Nobody cares about them. And look at what is going on now. Now, for as long as they've started this issue of 13% derivative, as much as 6,587,819,862 naira has been disbursed by the FAAC during the review period in compliance with the provision of Section 162, subsection 2 of the Constitution. But unfortunately, the impact has been very, very little. That's why we are seeing the people screaming and shouting. They want the federal government to now consult with them. No more releasing the funds to, the governors, because for them, they believe the governors are living very bogus life. They are not considering them, though we have already seen evidence of such, visible improvement in River State, in Akwa Ibom State, and some other stuff. But then, for them, they believe that it's not good enough. Right now, I feel that the federal government needs to sit in a round table with these people and have, deep discussion with them. Talk to them about issues revolving around development, infrastructural provision, because they need this thing. They are the people facing the exploitation. They are the people facing the exploration impact on their communities. And hey, if they are facing all of this, it is pertinent that the right thing is done. If the federal government still want to enroute this one, if you are the governors, they should do it with the people in the know, because accountability is the only thing that can short-circuit corruption in a system like this. We need to be accountable. We need not just accountability, there must be transparency. Every time that you publish it, you call for audit at one point. What are the developmental strides thus far based on the 13% derivation fund we've been releasing to you people? We want to see it clearly pointed out. If it anyhow, you just call them up and make it a national thing where everybody will be seeing it, where they will come out for presentation showcasing all they have been using the money for, and ensuring that there is a confirmation from the communities and host communities. That will go a long way to halt these guys from thinking of, canceling the ceasefire agreement that they had with this present dispensation. I feel that that's where we should go to, so that we should stop all these issues that is happening in the country. Go to our comment section. What do you think are the possible recommended ways where this kind of issues can be handled without any